Hi everybody, how are you today? I am so excited to share this recipe with you. It's one of my favorites. It's a molasses orange cookie, and actually I use this cookie to make my gingerbread men with. You don't have to do that. You can just make like a molasses orange crinkle cookie, which are like my favorite. When I was growing up, my mom made a molasses cookie that I loved, and then one of my dear friends, Amy Mills, introduced me to if you add a tablespoon of orange rind to the molasses cookie, it just changes everything, and it's so good. So we're gonna go ahead and get started making this, and the first thing that you need is you're gonna take your sugar and 3/4 of a cup of Crisco shortening. Let me get this out here. Okay. 1 egg. And then 1/4 of a cup of molasses. Gotta reach across here. Get my spatula. And then you just blend this and mix it up really well until it becomes really creamy. You can smell it already. That molasses is so delicious. Scrape the sides a little bit. Make sure I'm getting everything all mixed up. Turn this back on for another few seconds. You're going to preheat your oven to 350. Let you look at it. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay. Next, you're just going to add all your dry ingredients. And so you need, wait a minute, I forgot the most important, Milo orange rind. I told you guys all about it. So I grated this orange rind. And really, it's just about, it's really 1 orange that you grate, and that is gonna make the tablespoon that you need. So don't be too worried about that it has to be like a tablespoon. If you've grated an orange and it doesn't end up being the tablespoon exactly, that's okay. Just grate 1 orange and it'll be perfect. Okay, now, since that is in there, now we're just gonna add all of the dry ingredients. So, you need 2 cups of flour, and you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cloves, and 1 teaspoon of ginger. Okay. And then you mix this all. Oh my gosh, it just smells like Christmas coming out of this bowl. And this recipe, to me, is really like the perfect consistency to make those gingerbread men, because you can roll them out so easily. And I'm gonna show you 2 ways, like how to do the gingerbread man and also how to make, if you don't want to bother with those, where you just make a yummy molasses crinkle cookie. I'll show you both. To close that pan. You guys have told me to lock this down. That's better, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so this looks so great. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It is ready. So now I'm just going to clear this away to make more room so we can get to work. So you are going to, and I'm going to bend this down so you can see, move this so you can see better. All right. So if you just want to make the crinkle cookie and you don't want to worry about the gingerbread man, you're just going to take a spoonful of dough and you're going to roll it up in your hand like this. And then I have some sugar in here, just some granulated sugar. You're going to roll it around. And then just place it on your cookie sheet. I'll do a few of these. Okay. All right. Roll that around. Okay, now I'm going to push this up a little bit because I want to show you how to make the gingerbread men. Here's my awesome rolling pin my sister gave me for my birthday. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of flour. Oops. Like, where's my flour? Okay, I'm going to get a little bit of flour and put it on my counter. Just a little bit. You don't want too much. Put some on my hands. And then we're going to get my dough out. Okay. Pat this down a little bit, and then I'm going to get my rolling pin ready, but I'm also going to put a little bit of flour on my rolling pin, and I'm just going to start to roll this out. If your dough starts to stick, just add a little bit more flour to your rolling pin, just a little. Now, I didn't use all the dough that's in my bowl because I'm trying to make a little bit shorter video for you guys. But you take your little cookie cutter, little gingerbread man, and I wiggle it back and forth to just make it a little bit easier when I get ready to lift up my cookies and put them on the cookie sheet. Of course, you try to maximize the amount of cookie dough that you have. You try to fit in as many little guys as you can. Okay. Can you guys see that? Let me kind of move this up. I'm going to try to do this without jiggling it too much. All right, can you see it? Okay. And then you just take and I just kind of get these pieces that I don't need, I kind of try to get those away first. And then gently scoop up your little gingerbread man. I'm gonna try to do this so it doesn't fall. And then you just put them on your cookie sheet, okay? The orange, again, in this molasses cookie is so delicious. And these little gingerbread boys, little men, gingerbread men, are gonna be so cute. And we're gonna put them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And I'm just gonna be kind of checking on them. I'll let you know after I take them out how long I really left them in. But they're so easy. And again, this dough is so easy to work with. That's why it's my favorite. The sugar cookie recipe that I am going to share with you is also so amazing because it's so easy to work with. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator or wait. And so I'm going to move these. Oop, those kind of moved around a little bit. So can you see this? I'm going to stick these in the oven and set my timer for 8 minutes. And I'll be back. See you soon. Okay, so my gingerbread men have come out of the oven and they were really in for about 8 minutes. These cookies, I could tell, needed a little bit longer, but I went ahead and took them out because the gingerbread men were done. And I just took out, I made another just cookie sheet full of just regular molasses orange crinkle cookies, and you see how they're kind of cracking? This is exactly what you want them to look like. These were in the oven for about 9 minutes. So the gingerbread men were 8. These cookies were 9 minutes. So you just want to just set your timer for about 8 minutes. Your oven's on 350, and then check them. And if they haven't really cracked very much, leave them in for maybe another minute. Just watch them. But you don't want them to get too done because, at least for me, I like my cookies to be just soft. All right. I'm gonna try one because I know they're gonna be so good. And I cannot wait for you guys to try this. You'll have to let me know what you think if you love them too. Of course, if you make, again, any of my recipes, please share them with me. If you take some pictures, I would love to see them. You can send me a message or just let me know through our Instagram. All right, I'm ready to try this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So delicious, so yummy. All right, everyone. You're gonna love this recipe. Take care. Just know that I know that you can do hard things, and I so appreciate you being here. All right, everyone, I'll see you next time. Hey friends, after tasting these cookies again, I realized that I told you the wrong amount of salt, and I put the wrong amount of salt in the recipe when I was making it. It is not 1 teaspoon of salt. It is just 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And it's also 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So the written part of the recipe is correct on the page and on the post. So right where you see the post, right underneath that is the written recipe. So just follow that. All right. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes when the camera comes on, I get a little bit nervous. All right. Take care, everyone. Know that I know that you could do hard things because I can do hard things too. Take care, everyone. See you next time.